Om Shri Sai Ram. Newton's first law and second law we have discussed in the previous classes. Now, some of the problems are given in the textbook. We already solved some examples. In that, another example, example 9.3, it is given in your textbook. A motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour. What is the velocity of the car? The motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour. It means it moves with a velocity. Now, it moves means the initial velocity is 108 km per hour and it takes 4 seconds stop after the brakes are applied. Now, car brake applied. So, brakes are applied means it reach to rest. So, takes 4 seconds stop after the brakes are applied. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the motor car if its mass along with the passengers is 1000 kg. So, what is the mass? Mass is 1000 kg. First write the datas. What are they given? A motor car is moving with a velocity of 108 km per hour. Just tell me, it is the initial velocity or final velocity? It is a initial velocity. Why it is initial velocity? Because it come to rest after some time, after 4 seconds. So, come to rest means the final velocity becomes 0. So, initial velocity is indicated by u. It is 108 km per hour. But be careful, 108 km per hour. What is the SI unit of initial velocity or velocity? That is meter per second. But it is given kilometer per hour. Just convert it into kilometer per hour to meter per second. How to convert this? 108 into 1 kilometer means 1000 meters. So, 1 kilometer how many meters? 1000 meters. 1 hour means 3600 seconds. So, multiply 108 into 1000 by 3600. 2 zeros 2 0 cancel. Then 2 5s are, then 2 18s are, then 6 3s are, 6 1s are 6, then 6 8s are, 3 1s are, then 3 6s are, 6 5s are 30. Now, it is 30 kilometer per hour, correct? No, 30 meter per second. Now, 108 kilometer per hour is converted into 30 meter per second. Next, what are the datas are given? And it takes 4 seconds. 4 seconds means time, t equal to 4 seconds. It is given in the SI unit. So, second is the SI unit of time. So, 4 seconds. Stop after the brakes are applied. Calculate the stop after the brake are applied. So, it comes to rest means what is the final velocity? It is 0 meter per second. Final velocity is 0 meter per second. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the motor car. What is force? Find the force. What is force? Then, if its mass along with the passengers is 1000 kg, mass equal to 1000 kg. It is also given in the SI unit. So, m equal to 1000 kg. Find F. What is the formula to find the force? Force equal to F equal to ma, one formula. Another formula is F equal to m into v minus u by t. So, which formula you have to use? F equal to m into v minus u by t. Why? Because F equal to ma means there is no acceleration. So, acceleration is not given. So, use the formula F equal to m into v minus u by t. Now, substitute the values. What is m? M equal to 1000. So, 1000 into v. What is the value of v? V equal to 0. Then minus, what is u? U equal to 30 divided by t equal to 4. Now, substitute 1000 into 0 minus 30, that is minus 30 divided by 4. 4 1s are, then 4 2s are 8, then 20, 4 5s are 20, another 0, so 250s are. 250 into minus 30, 1 0 2 0, so 2 zeros. After that 25 into 3 is 75, minus 70, minus 7500 Newton. Now, what is the answer? The force exerted by the brakes on the motor car is minus 7,500. What is the meaning of minus 7,500? Why it is minus? Minus because the car is moving in this direction. Car is moving in this direction. It comes to rest means, what is the direction of the moving a car? This is the direction of moving a car. But it comes to rest means the force exerted is opposite to the direction of motion. So what is minus indicates? The minus means the car moves in this direction. The force exerted is opposite to the direction of the car. So opposite to the motion of this car. So it is minus. This is the answers. Minus 7,500 Newton. The negative sign tells us that the force exerted by the brake is opposite to the direction of motion of the motor car. This is minus. Another problem is given 9.4. A force of 5 Newton. A force of 5 Newton. That is force equal to 5 Newton. Then gives a mass m1, an acceleration of 10 meter per second square. Just look at the question. A force of 5 Newton gives a mass m1, an acceleration of 10 meter per second square, and a mass m2, an acceleration of 20 meter per second square. So there are two types of accelerations. One is the force applied is 5 Newton, but mass is different. In the first case it is m1. You have to calculate what is m1. Give mass m1, that time its acceleration is 10 meter per second. So you have to take a1 equal to 10 meter second to the power minus 2. Then and a mass m2, another mass. The object is different, the mass m2, an acceleration of 20 meter per second square. So a2 equal to 20 ms to the power minus 2. What acceleration would it give if both the masses were tied together? Before you have to calculating the mass, you have to calculate what is m1, what is m2. The formula is F equal to ma. We know that we already derived this formula, F equal to ma. Yes, tell me now what is m? M equal to F by a. What is m? M equal to F by a. m1 equal to F by a1 because mass 1, mass of the first object. So its acceleration is a1. So F by a1. Substitute the values. F is 5 Newton. 5 Newton force is exerted. So 5 Newton. No need of 5. Just write 5. Then a1. What is a1? That is 10. 5 ones are 5 twos are 1 by 2 means 0.5 mass. So it is kg. Then find m2. m2 equal to F by a2. What is F? Force. Force is 5 Newton only. What is now a2? a2 equal to acceleration is 20. 5 ones are 5 fours are 1 by 4 means 0.25 kg. Now mass of the first object is 0.5 kg. Mass of the second object is 0.25 kg. Now tell me what is the total mass? How we get the total mass? M equal to m1 plus m2. What is m1? m1 equal to 0.5 kg plus m2 equal to 0.25 kg. Total it is 0.5 plus 0.75 kg. Now m equal to 0.75 kg. Now look at the question. What acceleration would it give if both the masses were tied together? Both the masses are tied together. What is the total mass? It is 0.75 kg. In that time, what is the acceleration? Now you have to calculate the acceleration. The first object, its mass is 0.5 kg. Another object, its mass is 0.25 kg. If tied together means, if we add these two, we get the total mass of the object, total mass of two objects, that is 0.75 kg. Now you have to calculate the acceleration. How? What is the acceleration? Using this formula. What is F equal to ma? What is a? A equal to F by m. F by m. What is F? F is same. 5 Newton of force is applied. So 5 only, that is 5. Now what is M? M is total mass. It is 0.75 or it is equal to, just look at this, 0.75. If I write 0.75 as 75, then it is not 5 now. How many decimal point after the decimal point? 2 place after that decimal point. So 2 zeros for this. How many places? 2 decimal places. This is a decimal point. After that 2 places. So that is 75 means put 2 zeros to that 5. So it is 500. 500 by 75 or 25 3s are 25 2s are 50. Now 20 by 3. 3 6 are 18. Now only 2 is left. So point. It becomes 20. 3 6 are 18. Once again 6 6 or 6.7 meter per second square. So 6.7 meter per second square is the answer. What acceleration would it give if both the masses were tied together? What is the acceleration? 6.7 meter per second squared is the acceleration when two masses are tied together. Next problem, problem number 9.5. The velocity time graph of a ball of mass 20 gram moving along a straight line on a long table is given in the figure. This is a velocity time graph. Why it is called velocity time graph? This is the y-axis and this one is called x-axis. So y-axis and x-axis, so it is given velocity time graph. In x-axis we taken time as time taken in x-axis and velocity is taken in y-axis. This is given in centimeters. So 5 centimeter, 10, 15, 20, 25 centimeters. So velocity is centimeter per second. It is not meter per second. What is the SI unit of velocity? It is meter per second. But in this case, it is given in centimeter and second. So velocity is centimeter per second. Okay. Then the time is given in seconds. 1 second, 2 second, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So in seconds. What it indicates? One ball is moving from 20, this is the distance, 20 to 0. Why it is 0? It comes to rest. How many time it will take? It will take 10 seconds to come to rest. It will take 10 seconds. The velocity time graph of a ball, mass 20 grams. So mass is given. What is mass? Mass equal to 20 gram. What is the SI unit of mass? It is kg. You have to convert 1 kg equal to 1000 gram. 1000 gram. 20 gram means how many kg? How many kg? So 21 into 20, so 20 divided by 1000. So 0 0 cancel. It is equal to, is it divide 2 divided by 100? It divides 100 divides 2? No. So put a point. Now it becomes 20. 20 divided by 100. What is the answer? Can 20 divided by 100? No. So once again 1 0. Then it becomes 200. 100 2s are 200. So 0.02 kg. Now m equal 20 gram or it is 0.02 kg. After that, moving along a straight line. Yes, it is moving along a straight line. Moving along a straight line means acceleration is same. That it does not accelerate. The velocity is same. So it moves in a straight line. Long table given in a figure. Then now tell me what is the final velocity, what is the initial velocity? Yes, any idea about final and initial velocity? Initial velocity, it starts from 20. So velocity is 20 centimeter per second. Which velocity? Is the initial or final? It starts from 20. So starts from means initial. So initial means u equal to 20. Be careful, it is not meter, centimeter per second. Centimeter per second. centimeter per second. What is the SI unit of velocity? It is meter per second. So you have to convert centimeter into meter. How we convert? 1 meter means 100 centimeter. 1 meter means 100 centimeter. Now 20 centimeter means how many meter? So 20 into 1, 20 divided by 100. 0, 0 cancel. Now 2 divided by 10. 2 divided by 10. 10 divides 2? No. So put 1 point. It becomes 20. When we put a point, it becomes 20. 20 means 10 2s. So 0.2, it is now meter per second. So we can write like this, u as 20 centimeter per second or 0.2 meter per second. Yes, tell me now, what is v? What is v? Final velocity. It comes to rest. Come to rest means the final velocity is 0 meter per second. Then how much force does the table exert on the ball to bring it to rest? To bring it to rest. So m is given, u is given. Then now tell me, what is the time? It starts from 20, then comes to rest. How many seconds it will take? 0 to 10. So 10 seconds. Time equal to 10 seconds. Find force. How? What is the force exerted? So find force. Now first calculate A. Why? Because force exerted. You have to find force. We required mass into acceleration. Mass is given, but acceleration is not given. First find the acceleration. Acceleration equal to v minus u by t. What is v? V equal to 0 minus u. U equal to 0.2. Then divided by t equal to 10 equal to 0 minus 0.2 means minus 0.2 divided by 10. Now one place after one decimal place, then one place. So if you write minus 2, then 1 0 comes to the denominator. So minus 2 by 100, or we write 2 1s are 2 50s are. So minus, because minus divided by plus is minus. Now it is 1. 1 divided by 50. Is it 1 divided by 50? No. So point. Then it becomes 10. Is it 10 divides? No. So another 0 and it becomes 100. 50 2s are. So 0.02. 0.02 meter per second square. This is the acceleration. Now calculate what is F. F equal to ma, because you have to calculate how much force does the table exert on the ball. So force means F equal to ma. What is F? F equal to ma. M equal to 0.02 into a, that is minus 0. Into 02. So it is, just multiply 0.02 into 0 like this. Do it yourself, 0.02, and we get the answer is 0.0004 kg. Now minus, so it is minus 0.0004 force, so it is Newton. This is the force exerted. Now minus sign, which indicates, what is the minus sign? Minus sign means the direction, the negative sign implies that the friction force exerted by the table opposite to the direction of the motion. This is opposite, so minus sign. So minus 0.00004 is the answer. This is the force exerted to that body. Next is Newton's third law. Newton's first law and second law, which explains when a force is exerted to any object, it moves, it accelerates, its velocity changes. This is explains about first law and second law. Then what is the relationship between force, acceleration and mass? It explains in second law, but the third law is different. That is Newton's third law. This is a cricket ball. If I throw the ball to this wall, it bounces back. My question is, why it bounces back? Your answer is because, sir, it is because of the flexibility, because of the elasticity, because it bounces. This is your answer. But Newton is given the correct rules for this. The Y ball bounce back. When we hit the wall, it bounce back. He given one rule about this. What is the rule? Just look at this. If I throw the ball to this wall, the ball which exerts force to this wall, that ball is exerts force to this wall, and the same amount of force it is exerted by that wall to this ball. So the ball bounce back. What is the condition? When I hit the ball to this wall, the ball which exerts force on that wall, yes, it exerts force. In the same amount of force, it is exerted by this same wall to this ball. ನಾವು ಬಾಲನ್ನು ಬಿಸಾಕಿದರೆ ಬಾಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಈ ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತದ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಬೋರ್ಡಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತದ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಬಾಲ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕ್ತದೆ. ನೋಡಿ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ನೋಡಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಿಸಾಕಿದರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಮರಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಏನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದೂರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಬಾಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದೆಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾವುದು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಗೋಡೆನೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ನೀವು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಓಡಿ ಬಂದು ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ಗುದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ತಲೆ ಒಡೆದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ತಲೆ ಗುದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ, ನಿಧಾನ ಬಂದು ಗುದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ, ನೀವೆಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ ಗೋಡೆ ಮೇಲೆ, ಗೋಡೆನೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಬಾಲ್ ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಫೋರ್ಸೇ, ಅದೇ ಗೋಡೆ ಬಾಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಫೋರ್ಸೇ, ಸೇಮ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಾಲ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಾಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಗೋಡೆಗೆ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ, ಆದರೆ ಗೋಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಅದೇ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಲಾ. ಸೊ ಬಾಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ವಾಲ್ which exerts same amount of force to this ball, but the direction is different. So this is Newton's third law. What is Newton's third law? For every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. For every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. What is equal? Equal means the ball which exerts force to that wall, it is equal to the wall which exerts the force to that ball. This is equal. Always equal. And opposite, what is the opposite? The direction of the force is opposite. The ball exerts the force to this direction, then wall exerts the force to ball in the opposite direction. So the direction is opposite, but same amount of force is exerted. Ball ಹಾಕಿದ್ ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದೆಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾವುದು ಹಾಕಿದೆ, ಈ ಗೋಡೆ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಯಾಕೆ, ಬಾಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದೆಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಯಾವುದು ಹಾಕಿದೆ, ಈ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದೆ, ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಈಕ್ವಲ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಂತಲ್ಲಿ, ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾಲ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಫೋರ್ಸು, ಆ ನಂತರ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಅದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ Newton's third law. So what is Newton's third law? For every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. Another example for Newton's third law: a swimmer pushes the water backward, but he moves forward. We know that when a swimmer, he pushing the water backward like this, backward, but he moves forward. Why? This is because of Newton's third law. Can we explain? Yeah. He pushes the water backward. What is the direction of force he exerted to that water? That is backward. But he moves forward means water which exerts force to that person, that is forward. The amount of force exerted is equal. The direction is opposite. So for every action there is a equal and opposite reaction. A swimmer pushes the water backward, but he moves forward. This is also a example for Newton's third law. Another one, when bullet is fired, the gun recoils. When bullet is fired, the gun recoils. What is the meaning? If it is a rifle or it is a gun, when a bullet is fired, the gun moves backward, then bullet moves forward. This is also Newton's third law. What is that? When a bullet is fired, the gun recoils. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಗನ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಬುಲೆಟನ್ನು ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, ಆದರೆ ಬುಲೆಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಫೋರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ? ಬುಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್, ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡುವ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಲಾ. In your textbook, many problems are given related to second law. So you have to solve that problems. Sai Ram.